Happy morning, dear students. I welcoming you all to this revision class. So, for our October monthly test, we have two chapters. One is fifth lesson, second half, and the sixth lesson, evolution. We see the fifth lesson, molecular genetics, in which we have already finished up to transcription. So, we have to start with genetic code. The important question is the salient features of genetic code. It's a very important question, 5-mark question. So what are the salient features of genetic code? So genetic code is a triplet code. It acts as a stop codon, and then it is cumulus. It can be read directly. There will be no punctuations, and then non-ambiguous codes. It has dual functions. So many points are there. Nearly it has 9 points. So you have to write at least 7 points in this, right? And next is the structure of tRNA. tRNA, the adapter molecule, very important question. You have to draw the diagram also. So why tRNA is called as an adapter molecule? The tRNA acts as a vehicle that picks up the amino acids scattered through the cytoplasm and also reads specific codes of mRNA molecule. Hence it is called as adapter molecule, and you have to read the structure of this tRNA. Okay, up to different types of amino acids, right? So this is a very important 5-mark question. And next you have to know about the regulation of gene expression. That means the structure of operon. What is meant by operon? Okay, you have to read the structure of operon and what are the various enzymes present in operon. And then Human Genome Project. Human Genome Project is a very important part of this lesson. So what are the goals and methodologies of Human Genome Project? The main goals of Human Genome Project is it helps to identify all the genes, determines the sequence of 3 billion chemical base pairs that makes up the human DNA, to store this information in database, and to improve tools for data analysis, transfer related technologies to other sectors such as industries, addresses the ethical, legal and social issues. And you have to go through the salient features of Human Genome Project also. And next is the DNA fingerprinting. DNA fingerprinting is a different technique which is used to find out the criminals, right? How to study the steps in DNA fingerprinting technique. There are various steps involved in DNA fingerprinting. First one is extraction of DNA. Second one is polymerase chain reaction, PCR. Third is the fragmenting DNA. And fourth one is separation of DNA by electrophoresis. And fifth one, denaturing of DNA. Sixth one is blotting. 2-mark it will be asked what is meant by blotting. And seventh one is using probes to identify the specific DNA. Eighth one is the hybridization with the probe. And ninth one, exposure on film to make a genetic or a DNA fingerprint. How this DNA is separated from the human and how it get incorporated into a small film. These are the various steps involved in DNA fingerprinting. It is an important 5-mark question. You have to go through that. And also the applications of DNA fingerprinting. So what are the uses or applications? 3-mark it will be asked. So it helps in forensic analysis, pedigree analysis, conservation of wildlife and anthropological studies. So that's all about the 5th lesson. These are the very important questions. In public exams, these questions will be asked, right? So you have to read all the questions one by one and write test and submit it to me. And the next chapter is the evolution. In evolution, you have to read all the evaluation questions, and then in book insert questions, you have to go through the origin of life. That means different theories for this origin of life. Theory of special creation, theory of spontaneous generation. It is also called as abiogenesis, Big Bang theory, and theory of biogenesis, and theory of chemical evolution. So 2 marks it will be asked. So you have to go through the different origin of life. And then geological time scale. In geological time scale, you have to know the different eras and what are the animals that evolved during these eras. For example, that is the golden age of reptiles, Mesozoic era. Mesozoic era is a golden age of reptiles. Likewise, questions will be asked. And then, so how will you determine the age of fossils? It is a very important 2-mark question. So age of fossils can be determined by two methods. One is the relative dating, another one is absolute dating. So relative dating is used to determine the fossil by comparing it with the similar rocks and fossils of known age, and absolute dating is used to determine the precise age of a fossil using radiometric dating, right? Next is the Urey-Miller experiment. So you have to go through this Urey-Miller experiment. It's a very important 3-mark question. You have to draw 3-mark or 5 marks it will be asked. So Urey-Miller experiment and with diagram. And there are various evidences for biological evolution. The first evidence is the paleontological evolution. What is meant by paleontology? Study about the prehistoric fossils. So fossilization. What is meant by fossilization? Fossilization is the process by which plants and animals remains are preserved in sedimentary rocks. So they may come under 3 different categories. Number 1 is actual remains, 2 petrification, and 3 natural molds and cast. It is also a very important question. You have to explain with example. Next is the evidences from comparative anatomy. So in comparative anatomy, there are different structures. Okay, by comparing the structures, homologous structures, analogous structures, vestigial organ, connecting link, and atavistic organs. Okay, so first one is the homologous structure. Homologous structure means structures which are similar in origin but perform different functions. Analogous means the structures are different but they perform a same function. It is just opposite to that of homologous. Vestigial means the organ which is of no use, and connecting link means it is a connecting link between two groups. Examples are very important. That is the connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda. Answer is Peripatus. Okay, and that is the connecting link between reptiles and aves or Copteryx. You have to read the spellings. And then what is meant by atavistic organ? Sudden appearance of vestigial organs in highly evolved organisms is called as atavistic organs. Okay, and then in embryological evidence, so biogenetic law is very important. So who propounded this biogenetic law? Ernest von Haeckel. He propounded biogenetic law or the theory of recapitulation. This theory states that ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. Ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. And there are various theories of biological evolution by different biologists such as Lamarck. So Lamarck's theory. Who wrote the book Philosophy Zoologique? Philosophy Zoologique was written by Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, and he propounded 2 principles: theory of use and disuse and theory of inheritance of acquired characters. Origin of species was given by Darwin. So Darwin, the objections to Darwinism is a very important question. So Darwin வந்து நிறைய ஃபேக்ட்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கிறாரு. ஓவர் ப்ரொடக்ஷன், ஸ்ட்ரகிள் ஃபார் எக்ஸிஸ்டன்ஸ், யூனிவர்சல் occurrence of variation and origin of species by natural selection. And next, what are the salient features of mutation theory? It is also a very important question. And then a modern synthetic theory. So modern synthetic theory means the post-Darwinian discoveries. Okay, it includes gene mutation, chromosomal mutation, genetic recombination, natural selection, and reproductive isolations. 5 points are there. You have to write this. So it will be asked in 5 marks. And next, evolution by the anthropogenic sources. Anthropogenic means it is caused by human. So first one is the industrial melanism. It is an evaluation question. It's a very important also, very easy also. So before industrialization what happened, and after industrialization what happened? Okay, so it is a very important question. And then in adaptive radiations, you have to know the why the beaks are different in Darwin finches. Okay, why the beaks are different in Darwin finches? Because of the genetic variation in the ALX1 gene in the DNA of Darwin finches, right? And then selection, different types of selections are there. So what is meant by selection? You have to write, and there are different types of selection: stabilizing selection, directional selection, and disruptive selection. For this, if possible, you have to draw this graph also. Okay, stabilizing selection na enna, directional na enna, you have to write with an example. Okay, and then what is gene flow? Movement of genes from one individual to the another individual, or one population to the another population, that is called as gene flow. Then what is meant by genetic drift? Genetic drift is also called as Shewell Wright effect. ஜெனட்டிக் ட்ரிஃப்ட் மீன்ஸ் ஒரு பெரிய பாப்புலேஷன்லேருந்து ஒரு ஸ்மால் பாப்புலேஷன் பிரிஞ்சு போகிறது. ஸோ அந்த ஸ்மால் பாப்புலேஷன் ஒரு புது ஸ்பீஷியேஷனாக உருவாகும். தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் ஃபவுண்டர் எஃபெக்ட். Okay, and then it is also an important. Next one is Hardy-Weinberg principle. So in Hardy-Weinberg principle, 2 mark it may be asked, state Hardy-Weinberg principle. You can find it very difficult, but it's very easy. So you read from the second paragraph, right? Okay, so first you have to state what is meant by Hardy-Weinberg principle, and then ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடு, அந்த ஈக்குவேஷன்ஸ் எழுது, ஃபைனலாக அதனுடைய கன்க்ளூஷன் கொடு. அண்ட் தென் Hardy-Weinberg அசப்ஷன் இருக்கும் இல்லையா, ஸோ அதையும் கொஞ்சம் அந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ்லாம் பார்த்துக்கணும். There should be no mutation, random mating, no gene flow, very large population, and no natural selection. So if these assumptions were not met, the population will not be in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Only if the allele frequency changes from one generation to another generation, evolution will takes place. Hardy-Weinberg equilibriumல ஒரு ஜெனரேஷனுக்கு இன்னொரு ஜெனரேஷன்லையும் சேமாக தான் இருக்கும். வேறாஸ் ஏதாவது சேஞ்சஸ் இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான் எவல்யூஷன் பிறக்கும். அப்படின்றது தான் இந்த Hardy-Weinberg principle. And next one is the origin and evolution of man. So it's a very important question. So many evaluation questions are there. You go through that and you have to know the brain capacity of different types of man. ஓகே, ஹோமோ ஹாபிலிஸ் இருக்கிறாங்கன்னா அவங்களோட பிரெயின் கெப்பாசிட்டி என்ன? ஸோ ஹவு வில் திஸ் நியாண்டர்டல் மேன் டிஃபர் ஃப்ரம் த மாடர்ன் மேன்? அண்ட் தென் வாட் இஸ் த கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் ஆஃப் திஸ் ஆஸ்திரேலியன் ஏப் மேன்? ஹோமோ எரெக்டஸ், how the Homo erectus look like, and what is the brain capacity of this? ஸோ பிரெயின் கெப்பாசிட்டி ஆஃப் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் பீரியட்ஸில் இருக்கக்கூடிய இந்த மேனோட இது எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். ஓகேவா? அண்ட் தென் Cro-Magnon, what is meant by Cro-Magnon எங்கே இருந்தாங்க, அவங்க எங்கேருந்து மூவ் ஆனாங்க? ஸோ ஆல் திஸ் யூ ஜஸ்ட் கோ த்ரூ தட், right? Fully you have to go through. Don't stick on with the self-evaluation question itself, right? Fully you have to read. So for monthly test we are having 1 or 2 lessons only. Make use of it to revise all. You have to read each and every line, right? Then only you can able to score good marks. So if any 1 mark questions is asked inside the book, so that only you can able to understand. So please don't waste your time, just go through fully. Okay, then and there you mark the 1 marks. And then next we want to isolating mechanism. Isolation is nothing but separation. Isolation பத்தி ஒரு 2 lines எழுதணும். Separation of members of single population into subpopulation. That means pre-zygotic and post-zygotic. So pre-zygotic mechanismல என்னென்னலாம் இருக்குது? Ecological isolation or habitat isolation, seasonal, sexual, morphological and physiological and cytological isolation. So there are 6 isolations in pre-zygotic, right? Hybrid inviability, hybrid sterility and hybrid breakdown are in post-zygotic isolation. So questions will be splitted, right? You have to read all this, you have to explain what is that, and you have to give one example also. Next topic is the speciation. So very very important question, speciation. The speciation was given by A.E. Emerson. He defines a species as a genetically distinctive, reproductively isolated natural population. So define species according to A.E. Emerson, like that question will be asked. So there are 2 important species. One is the sympatric species, another one is allopathic species. So what is sympatric, what is allopathic? You have to explain with an example. Last part of this lesson is the extinction of animals. What is meant by extinction? Extinction was common if it is not inevitable, because species could not always adapt to large or rapid environmental changes. So the impact of extinction can conveniently be considered at 3 levels. Extinction na the animals வந்து அழிஞ்சு போகுது. environment மாற animals எல்லாம் அப்படி தாக்கு பிடிச்சிக்கிட்டு இருக்க முடியாது. So it can able to change or it can extinct, செத்து போயிடும். So there are 3 types of extinction: species extinction, mass extinctions and global extinction. So you have to go through all these extinction. So read each and every line in this lesson. So it will be very important for you to score good marks. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Score well, get good marks. Thank you.